Hey folks, we are live. We're doing a pop-up live, and Lala and I are going to go feed the babies. Or actually, Lala's going to feed the babies, and I'm going to go in and help her feed the babies and annoy her by videotaping her. So there's Lala.
Hey y'all.
So she is getting. I don't think anybody's in here. We've never done one of these pop-up lives, so I don't know. Um, I don't know that how to even tell if anyone's in here, unlike the desktop lives that we do. So
Yeah.
we'll see if anybody shows up. Um, so Lala's she's got the milk in the microwave over there.
So let me interrupt you. I know that you're not supposed to microwave the milk for the babies. And when I first start with the babies, I don't microwave it. I do it in a pan and warm it up to the right temperature, which is about 103 degrees. However, as babies get older, I just want to take a little bit of the cold off, so I stick it in the microwave. I don't put it in there long enough for it to kill anything off in there, so I'm just taking the chill off the milk for the dwarf babies.
So now I figure out how people show up. So Kim Howell from Kinfolk Farm. Hey Kim, and Paul is in here. Yeah, we just figured we'd do this we're gonna go feed
Hello.
we're gonna go feed the babies. So this is the milk assembly line. So these are just pop bottles or Coke bottles that we have. I guess if you're a Southerner, everything's a Coke
Soda.
bottle. Or soda bottle, everything. If you're like my in-laws up north, and everything's a pop bottle. So these are just
So
the
these
little
are Coke bottles.
Coke bottles. Those are the ones for the 3 Kikos, and
Yeah.
the green ones in the back are the ones for the Nigerian Dwarf babies.
And so because I've done it so many times, I've gotten pretty good at just measuring as I pour. I know what level they are, what level I need to get the milk to. These are the larger soda bottles. So the Kikos are on twice a day now, and they get 16 ounces at each feeding. And I just give them straight from the refrigerator cold milk. I use Red Cap. I don't add anything to it. Some people will add
Some people put like
Buttermilk.
condensed milk and buttermilk.
and condensed milk and stuff like that. I don't add anything to mine, even when they're first starting out. I don't. They get colostrum from the mama when they're first starting out, and if they have to go on a bottle, they go straight on to Red Cap vitamin D. milk.
Hey, Brad from Down Under Fella and Jake from Nunya, Texas. How are you, folks?
And then
We're still trying to get the hang of this whole pop-up live thing. We've never done one, so I just thought it would be cool to go out and show you how we feed the babies without any video editing.
the smaller bottles are what I use for the dwarfs. And again, because I've done it so many times, my measurement is, I know where I've got to get the milk up to in each bottle.
Hey, Tiny Tim
And,
Posey.
The dwarfs, oops, I'm a little overboard there. The dwarfs get between 10 and 12 ounces. And they get fed twice a day right now, so. As a matter of fact, they're probably out there yelling already.
Southern Sandy Crafts, welcome. Tiny Tim Posey, welcome. Yeah, this will be. You'll see what's that? What is it? Sherlock Holmes says, "Release the hounds." What's that?
Release the Kraken.
No, there's another one. They say, "Release the hounds." You're going to see every day when we go out. Every day when we go outside, we release the hounds, so the dogs run around in the backyard.
Oh,
And, yeah, release the hounds.
Okay, so I'll just show you real quick. You can use just a regular Coke bottle. These are Sprite bottles that are the little smaller sizes. I like these for the dwarfs because my hands are kind of small. So I use Pritchard nipples. These are awesome because you can order these and they fit right on
the Coke
on
bottle.
the soda bottles. And there's a trick to these though that
All right,
a lot
Brad.
of people,
Thanks for stopping in.
there's a trick to these that a lot of people don't know. When you get them, there's no hole in the nipple. It's just, this is how it comes. So what you do, when I first started using them, I thought you cut it off. Well, that makes a big hole. So then the milk just flows out and it kind of chokes the babies and stuff. And then somebody told me, no, you slice them downward. So you take a razor, or I have some little cuticle scissors that are designated for this.
I'm not sure what a pair of cuticle scissors is. Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Huh.
So what you do is you take the long area here and you slice it down so that it opens the hole right there.
Hey, Doug, His Way Homestead, welcome.
And this makes it it's more of a natural type of teat shape for the goats. So as they get older, like with the Kikos, some people will use the split cut to start. And then when they get older and they can take milk down faster, they'll cut it off. I just leave it the way it is.
So when we first started this, if you see the camera jiggling, it's my phone jiggling, and Ellie knows that she's going outside like really quick, and she keeps hitting me in the armpit. There's Ellie there, and there's Hazel. Both of them know they're going outside really soon. So they don't look excited, but they are. That's Boxer excited down there. There's Boone.
Old lady excited.
See, they're all by the back door.
So then I just have everything gets sanitized after we use it. So
When we first started feeding the babies, how many times a day were you doing this?
okay, when you first start feeding them, it's a very small amount, and you have to do it every 2 hours for the first 24. And that's the colostrum that you milk off the mamas. Then after that, you go to
Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, welcome.
frequent.
Which dog you talking about? We got 3 of these hounds. That's our Great Dane, Helly. And then we got a Boxer. That's the Boxer there. That's Hazel. Hazel Louise, Ellie Mae, and Boone, the Black Lab. So
this is our white bucket that I put my bottles in, and when the goats see this coming, they get very excited because they know what it is. So, go on, guys.
and we've had some crazy rainstorms here today, so it's been raining pretty hard.
I'll put my barn boots on.
So she had concerns she said, well, what about how I look? I'm like, you think that you look any better when we're doing these videos on the weekends after you've been working with the goats half the day? Gail Southern Living, welcome, Gail.
Hello. You can hear the babies calling already.
So that's what the dogs do if you leave them untended. So to the left is the Kikos. You can hear them already screaming. It's time. And then you got the little bottle baby Nigerian dwarfs in what we call the nursery. It's actually the dog kennel.
Hello, babies. Hi.
Shelly, Healthy Homestead Chick, how are you? So here's the little babies. Oh, close the door.
I do this. I don't know. It'll probably be too dark. You think?
No, we got a window.
Well, I do this.
Well, no, go ahead. Let him out. The only one that can go over is Hazel.
That's fine. So I do this twice a day. Now, originally it was 6 times, or every couple hours when they were first born, and then I moved to 6 times a day, and then down to 4, and now we're down to 2.
Charlotte from His Way from Healthy Homestead Chick says, which one's hers?
Which one's hers? Oh, we should show her Eli.
All right, so here.
Okay, so here's the trick. I let them all out. I feed the first 3, and then I feed the last 2, and then I shove them all in. So, come on, babies. Come on. And they know their Baba's out here. This is Eli, Shelly. He's a
That's a little buckling.
He's a buckling. He's moon spotted.
And we can't keep him because
he's a registered. He'll be registered with ADGA, and so
he's a big boy.
yeah, he's a big boy. He knows the bottles are up there. Okay, so the 3, these 3 get fed first. The 3 biggest ones, and
So one of our goat customers or friends, they come over. He comes over about 2-3 times a week to feed these 2, which are Maple and Honey, is what he's named them, and they are out of our doe Peanut.
hey, baby.
And so he comes over, and he was concerned that they wouldn't know who he is, so he come over and he feeds them.
Talking about you, Caleb.
So Caleb, I don't think Caleb's on here. Caleb's probably working still, but Kayla comes over 2-3 times a week and feeds his goats at nighttime and
Loves on him a little.
and loves on him a little bit. And there's no doubt they know who he
They
is.
know who he is. So these three get fed first. The one here, this one to my left,
And there's
her name is Sissy.
and there's Kiki showing up.
And the one in the middle is Rachel. Those are being retained. Those are they're registered. And then their brother Eli, they're from the same mama. They had so their brother Eli is he's registered too, but I'm gonna sell him because
We've had some
I wouldn't be able to breed him to only 2 other does. And
we've had some
so-
comments about how cute their tail is wagging. So here's something you may not know about baby goats. So the fact that their tails are wagging like that means that they've got warm milk hitting their belly.
Yeah.
So that's how they can tell if when they start nursing off the mama, if their tail is not wagging, they're not getting food.
Or they're not
getting
feeling good.
milk, or they're not feeling good. Chances are they're not getting fed. So when they're getting fed and that warm milk hits their belly, their tail just takes off.
Eli, you're slow today. You usually eat faster. So, these little silver spots on their head are where they were disbudded.
Look at him. He's got perfect moon spots. Isn't he pretty?
And frosted ears.
And here's Kiki coming to hang out with her goats.
So
She comes in here.
these
She
guys.
comes in here to clean up the milk when it drips on the ground.
And then this is Maple and Honey. They gotta get their babas too.
Mike Keener, how are you, sir?
Hey, Mike! When you're done with your fence, come do some of mine.
I commented on his fence video today. Said that.
All right,
Our whole-
this is a problem here.
So this is what she normally has to do. She got to put the 3 brown ones up, and then she can feed Maple and Honey.
Come on, in you go. Eh.
There goes Rachel, and there goes Eli.
Come here, Sissy.
That's
Come here, Sissy.
That's
No,
Eli.
That's Eli. Ugh, this sneaky boy. He's a big boy. He weighs over 10 pounds. So, these guys are about 4 weeks old.
Tina Ladybug, welcome. Mike says, let me know when. Well, we would have gotten the fence done this year, Mike, but Lala threw a barn at me that I wasn't expecting. So that's Maple, and I don't know which one's which. Which one's Maple?
This is Maple,
Maple's the one on the
and
left.
this is Honey.
Honey's the one on the right. So Honey's bigger than her sister.
She
but
is.
if you look at them, they got beautiful blue eyes.
Well, Maple has blue eyes. Honey has brown
Isn't
eyes.
that pretty?
And
So there's Kiki rubbing on her goats. She's a fruitcake. This is the same cat that was out wrestling with the snake last weekend.
she protects the baby goats from the dogs.
Yeah, so if the dogs, which are running out there, were to come near this door, she would literally bolt out the door hissing and her claws in the air to attack the dogs. It was kind of funny. Even though I put that disclaimer in the snake versus cat video, we still had some hate mail saying how bad it was that we're letting that snake get attacked and killed by a cat. And I'm like, you people just don't get farm life. I'm telling you.
That's what she's here for.
You know, if I were to punish her for attacking anything, she doesn't attack the chicken. She don't attack the goat. She doesn't attack anything useful. I shouldn't say it that way. She doesn't attack anything that is not, she perceives as a rodent. And, but moles, voles, rats, mice, snakes, anything like that, it's a goner if she comes near it.
Yeah, if anybody had ever seen that picture of that rattlesnake that we killed or that our neighbor killed coming out of our buck pasture, you would understand why we keep cats to keep the snakes away.
There's Eli. He's wanting some more food. So this building here, we don't spend a whole lot of time in here, but this we had built when we built the house, and this is basically a dog kennel. And we use this during the summer sometimes, but right now we're using it as our little baby goat nursery. So it's got 3 stalls in it. And Lala's
It's worked really well.
It's worked really well, so we don't have to walk all the way to the back to feed the babies. And then the other two, the other three Kikos are over in the small livestock barn that we just finished up. And we feed them differently because it's a different kind of goat. These ones still are getting hand fed, and the other three, we've got a bottle holder over there that we use that works pretty well.
Does your sister have her milk? Yeah, when you're feeding them 6 times a day, it's a lot nicer to just walk out the back door and
So
come out to this little spot.
Tina Ladybug, she asked, will the mamas not let them eat?
Okay, well, these 3 here are their mama. When I got their mama, she's a registered doe, and
That's the 3 brown
before-
ones that she's already
yes.
fed.
Before I got her, she had gotten bit by a spider on one of her teats, and it got very badly infected.
Kiki
and
wants milk. Give her a bottle.
It got very badly infected, and it damaged.
Here, give me that one. Give me that one. Give me that green one.
And it damaged.
Kiki.
It damaged her bag. So, we had decided. Don't let her like that. Here.
Why?
We had decided, with working with my vet and everything, that we were going to go ahead. She said it was okay to breed her, but the babies may not be able to suck off that teat because of the damage it had done. So, we went ahead and bred her just to see if she would be able to feed the babies. Well, she had quads. She had 4 babies. Only one side of her bag was working because the other side did not work, and because of the damage to it. Well, I knew that was a possibility anyway, so I pulled her babies. I milked her colostrum and gave them the colostrum, and I pulled her babies and started them as bottle babies. The other 2, Honey and Maple, are off another doe that we had, and she's got a perfect bag and perfect teats. It's beautiful. The reason why
we're gonna
I
get
pulled,
demonetized
oh,
with all that language.
so the reason why I pulled her 2 was because Maple, the smaller of the 2, when she was first born, she was having difficulty. She could suck, and she could suck enough to draw milk in, but her sucking ability, she didn't have a strong enough suck to stay latched onto the teat. So if mom shifted or anything like that, she would come off. And also she would get tired when she would suckle. So I decided, I knew her kids were already sold even before they were born. My friend Caleb knew that he was going to get Peanut's kids if they were does. And so I didn't want to pull one, which would have been Maple. I didn't want to pull her and leave the other one on because they're going to the same farm and everything. So I just decided to pull both of the kids. Again, they got their mom's colostrum and stuff. But I pulled both of them for the sake of the one because she was weaker. And I'm glad I did. They stay right together.
They've done really well.
bonded, and they've both gotten really strong and put on good weight and stuff. So I do have 6 other kids in the back that are being raised by the dam. So I had 2 other ones that I had up here that I pulled. And the reason why I pulled those 2, they were from different mamas, but the moms had triplets. And I just think, I found it, even if the mom can feed the triplets, I would rather her just have 2 and not have to struggle with the other, because I find that one of them always ends up suffering, being a little bit smaller or whatever. So I pulled those 2, and they're already gone. They're forever home. Picked them up and took them as bottle babies.
They're kind of living indoor and outdoor both.
Oh yeah, they're spoiled.
So they're spoiled rotten. They wanted the experience of feeding them. So I said, Lala said, you're happy to have that.
That's what I did with these guys. So will their moms feed them? Yeah, their moms will feed them. But I like dwarfs as bottle babies. I do not like Kikos as bottle babies.
We'll talk about them when we get over
So
there.
we'll talk
So we got
about
some more
them.
folks in here. So we got Michael and Bobby Harris. Welcome. We got
Hey, Bobby check out the little babies in here.
It might be Bob. It might be Michael. It might not be Bobby. See, Lala's going to get herself in trouble showing Bobby Nigerian Dwarfs. So let's go over and do the Kiko. So we got Kyle Randall. Kyle, welcome. We got, we had, what else we have in here? We're going to go over there to the, we had Christy Betts. Welcome. Shane from Kinfolk Farm. Now we're going to go over there to the small livestock barn. In which you hear that really loud gate. Show them the, so this was just basically, oh, all right, says we're live. I don't know how far I can go out with this. I don't know where the signal, I don't know, we're going to lose a here. Check this out, buddy. There's a Command Bacon sighting. So I think I'm probably going to have to. Yeah, every time I get past this point or so, two bucklings. Not really. Two bucklings. Not really bucklings or yearlings from last year's Kiko. So they weren't being allowed to eat, so we brought them up here. That was today's video. So they're up there, so Lala feeds them up here now. They'll probably be up here for a few months, and then get some more weight back on. We're gonna have to change how we feed them in the back. But that's all we got up here. We got the 3 Kiko bottle babies in there. We've got 2 yearling Kiko bucklings, and then on the back corners is where we have the show pigs that are going to the market soon, hopefully in May and October of this year. In fact, Lala was on the phone today getting an appointment, and that's been tougher than we thought. I know last time for the Kikos, for the goats last year, it took us 7 months to get an appointment. But had lots of things on the agenda. Haven't been able to really do that. So it's been fun. We've never done one of these pop-up lives, and now I know that I can't go over to the old barn or to the new barn, the small barn, and still get a signal. But we should be able to get signal back in the big barn, because we've got a Wi-Fi bridge back there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. I appreciate everybody stopping. I think at a peak we had like 13 people in here, and really appreciate y'all stopping in. But I thought it'd be something to kind of find a little cute is watching Lala feed those babies. So she's feeding them right now twice a day for the Nigerian Dwarfs, and then the Kikos get fed. Kikos twice a day too?
Right now the Kikos are twice a day. They'll be going to once a day on April 7th or somewhere or thereabouts.
All right, there's the goat lady.
Anyway, people use different schedules. This is a schedule I found that works best for us, so that's why I do it this way. Someone asked a question about will their mamas feed them. I explained about the dwarfs and why those were pulled for bottle feeding. With regards to the Kikos, I do not like bottle feeding Kikos. Their mamas, that's part of the breed, is that they're supposed to be hardy mamas and take care of their babies and stuff. And most of them do. These were special circumstances. With 2 of them, the twin girls, the twin does in there, their mama, we had not planned on breeding her. She's a cull. She had a very, very bad case of mastitis, and it really ruined her bag horribly. And I knew she couldn't feed the kids, but her offspring have not had any issues at all. As a matter of fact, her offspring have beautiful bags and don't have any problems at all. And we went ahead and bred her so we'd have 2 of her does to continue that line, because it's a really strong line. That's the last breeding we'll do with that goat. As I said, she's going to be culled. And then the boy that's in there, his mama was a first timer. It was her first time kidding. She is a great mom. She was very, very attentive, but anytime he went to latch on to suckle, she would freak out because she'd lose sight of him. He'd be underneath her, and it just would freak her out. We tried holding her, we tried tying her, we tried multiple times to get her to allow him to feed. And one time she actually fainted, flat out. She just collapsed because it stressed her so bad. She was very attentive though. She was a great mom. She cleaned him up and she always wanted to know where he was and had to be right where he was all the time.
And biting is not something you're concerned with
yeah.
goats, generally speaking. She tried to bite us when we were trying to hold her.
Us when we were trying to hold her. So, because it just stressed her so bad. Any other time, she's very affectionate, lovable goat. But that's why he's being bottle fed. I do not like bottle feeding Kikos. As I said, number one, the mama should be able to manage it because that's part of the Kiko breed, is being really strong mothers and stuff like that. The other reason is because these are big goats.
Let's talk and walk. It's raining.
And they have a tendency to become overly affectionate with a bottle feeder. So the person that is managing them and feeding them the bottles and stuff like that, they'll become overly affectionate and they start headbutting you like they do the mom when they're looking for a bottle and stuff like that. So that's not something I enjoy. Eventually they'll break out of that once they stop getting a bottle, but I don't like it when they're getting the bottle.
There's the goat playground.
Okay.
So
Hazel.
this is where they do their acrobatics on this 6x6 post that I just laid in there. All right, you about done?
Yeah, I'm done with this.
All right, folks, this has been...
Nice seeing everybody. Well, I didn't see anybody, but hey.
All right, folks, this has been fun. This, like I said, this is the first time we've ever done one of these pop-up lives. We had like 13 people in here at one time.
It's cold and wet and rainy.
Yeah, sorry we couldn't do the small barn, but we lost signal every time I'd get over near there. So we're gonna head back in the house, but before I do that, I'm gonna close with
Hey, baby.
Ellie the statue.
She waits so patiently.
So she waits for us to come back in. Ellie is a female Great Dane, a brindled Great Dane, and she's just something else. What you doing?
Hey, Ellie Mae.
What are you doing, Al? What you doing, Allie? She's a piece of work. She'll wait for Hazel to come back up here and then just attack her. All right, come on.
Hazel!
Ellie. Hazel, come on.
Come on.
That's two alpha females. That's what happens. That's why I let Lala do whatever she wants. All right, folks, we're gonna sign off.
You let me do whatever I want?
She's giving me the stink eye now. All right, folks, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. It's been fun. Take care. Always remember, folks. Hold on. Always remember, folks. Treat others as you would like to be treated. Lala Farm out. Take care.